Today's story is from the United States of America and it will sound as if straight out of a movie, but this is a very real incident. Hi there, welcome back to my channel Knowledge Noir, and in today's video let's discuss about the most mysterious person till date, D.B.Cooper. This story begins at Portland, a large city in America. On 24 November 1971, a man aged between 40 to 45 years reaches Portland International Airport. He was wearing a dark business suit, white shirt, black tie, and dark brown shoes. He was also wearing a black raincoat and holding a black briefcase. The airport was relatively less crowded as the next day, that is on 25th of November, it was a holiday in America due to Thanksgiving Day. Upon reaching the airport, the person reaches the counter of Northwest Orient Airlines and purchases a one-way ticket to Seattle. He mentioned his name as Dan Cooper in the ticket counter and paid $20 cash for the ticket. His flight number was Flight 305 and it was Boeing 727. During the 1970s, security was not very strict in the airports. There were neither any metal detectors nor any frisking of passengers. So Dan Cooper took his ticket and headed straight to the boarding gate for his flight. He boarded the flight that would take him to Seattle in 45 minutes. He sat in seat number 18E in the last row, ordered a drink for him and lit a cigarette. Everything was going pretty normal till now. His flight took off at 2:58 p.m. As soon as the flight took off, Dan Cooper turned back and handed a note to flight attendant Florence Schaffner, who was sitting in the jump seat. Schaffner dropped the note unopened into her purse, thinking it to be his phone number. Cooper then leaned towards her and whispered, "Miss, you would better look at that note. I have a bomb." As soon as she read the note, she was shocked to her core. The note read, "Miss, I have a bomb in my briefcase and want you to sit by me." After reading it, Florence sat beside Cooper. He opened his briefcase and she saw 2 rows of 4 red cylinders, which she assumed was dynamite. To be precise, the airline was hijacked by Dan Cooper. Cooper made 3 demands. Number 1, $2 lakh in cash. Number 2, 2 front parachutes and 2 back parachutes. And number 3, plane to be refueled at Seattle. He said that if the airline personnel made any mistakes, then he will detonate the bomb. Florence wrote a note with Cooper's demands, brought it to the cockpit, and informed the flight crew of the situation. Another flight attendant, Tina McClough, sat next to Cooper to act as a liaison between him and the flight crew in the cockpit. As this was the first ever hijack for money in America, the authorities did not have any clue about what to do. So they decided to pay the hijacker the money and meet all his demands. The FBI had managed the $2 lakh from the Seattle National Bank in the bills of $20 each and noted down the serial number of the notes. They also arranged the parachutes from a nearby skydiving club. The flight landed at Seattle and Cooper was handed over the bag filled with money along with the parachutes. The flight was also refueled as per his demands. After his demands were met, Cooper released 35 passengers from the flight. With the passengers safely debarked, only Cooper and the 6 crew members remained on board. After this, the flight took off again in the sky. Soon after takeoff, Cooper gave another set of instructions to the pilots through Tina McClough. He said that the flight should head towards Mexico City at an airspeed of approximately 100 knots, maintaining an altitude of 3,000 meters. Cooper also specified that the landing gear must remain deployed, the wing flaps must be lowered to 15 degrees, and the cabin must remain unpressurized. Pilots met all the demands except going to Mexico City, as there was not enough fuel on board the flight. So the pilot gave 2 options to refuel. One was at Reno City and the other one was Phoenix. Cooper agreed to refuel at Reno. Meanwhile, 2 fighter jets were scrambled to follow Flight 305, but as the flight was traveling at a slow speed, the fighter jets were only encircling the Flight 305. During the time of takeoff, Cooper directed that the aircraft take off with the rear exit door open and its air stair extended. Cooper then directed Tina McClough, who was sitting beside him, to go to the cockpit. If you are liking this video so far, please press the subscribe button and subscribe to my channel. Now back to the video. When Tina went to the cockpit and turned to close the door, she saw Cooper for the last time standing in the aisle, tying what appeared to be the money bag around his waist. After this, Cooper opened the staircase of the flight and jumped mid-air. Tina McClough was the last person to see Dan Cooper. From his jump from the flight till the present date, Cooper remained a mystery. When the flight landed in Reno after 3 hours, authorities searched the plane, but they could not find Cooper or any bomb in the plane. Dan Cooper went completely missing after this incident. He was never found in spite of lot of efforts. Nobody has seen Dan Cooper jump from the plane, but as the staircase of the flight was open, it was assumed that he jumped somewhere between Seattle and Reno. FBI searched the plane thoroughly, but they only found Cooper's tie, 8 cigarette butts, and one of the parachutes left behind by him. As there were no CCTV cameras available back then, the photograph of Dan Cooper was not available. FBI made a sketch of Dan Cooper with the help of the passengers and the crew. After lots of investigations and data from the flight data recorder, FBI officials were able to roughly estimate the area of Cooper's jump spot. They determined an area of 45 square kilometers where Cooper could have probably jumped. This area was a terrain of dense forest and mountains. Officials searched every nook and corner of this area, but they could not find either Cooper or the bag of money. This case was so bizarre that FBI took the help from the American public to find Cooper. On February 10, 1980, 8-year-old Brian Ingram was vacationing with his family on the Columbia River at a beachfront known as Tina Bar, about 9 miles from Vancouver, Washington. As he raked the sandy riverbank to build a campfire, he found 3 packets of ransom cash, which totaled to around $5,800. The bills were spoiled due to natural forces but were still bundled in the rubber bands. FBI officials confirmed that the money was indeed a portion of the ransom, $20 bills arranged in the same way as given to Cooper, and even the serial numbers matched the notes. In spite of recovering these notes, FBI could not reach any conclusion, as it looked like these notes had been planted there by either Dan Cooper or his acquaintance. FBI questioned many individuals who looked like Dan Cooper, but could not find any leads. The Columbia River ransom money remains the only confirmed physical evidence from the hijacking found outside the aircraft. The ransom money given to Cooper was never used, and the recovered portion was found unused. Even till date, conclusive evidence of Cooper's death has not been found. This case still remains one of the top unsolved cases in the world. That's gonna do it for today. If you liked today's video, then please subscribe to my channel and press the bell icon to receive all future updates. I hope to meet you in the next one. Thanks for watching.